Hello and welcome back to the creepy crypts of the Addams Family Mystery Mansion. Of course, this is part 2 and the finale to this update, the second anniversary, the September update, whatever you like to refer to it as. And we're going to be digging deep into the mansion and the crypts to find out what exactly these weird bones lie and what is it exactly. Well, before we do that, let's go ahead and show off some interesting things. Like, for example, our creepy cryptics are here! Oh boy, I wonder what they are. Well, we're gonna show it off. First up, we got the Merman. Ooh, look at Fester. I mean, no, not Fester, not yet, jeez. That's brother, Gomez. Yes, Gomez. Dashing fellow, isn't he? In his merman shoe. And here's the next one, the Spider Queen, that of Morticia. Ooh, you gotta love her and her getup, especially because of the spider stuff that she has. Like, there's an animation that kind of does that, so that makes sense here. Then we have a creative one, the Cerberus with Kitty and his two stitched heads that kind of remind me of the Great Bunny from the Great Bunny Picnic. I don't know why I bring that up. It's just stitching in the head. It's kind of creepy, I'll be honest. Then we got the Swamp Monster. Oh yes, you know it's a swamp monster because he's covered in algae and seaweed and God knows what muck he can find in the swamp. Makes sense, right? And then we have the Mothman, which is a very classic monster, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, there is a festival where the Mothman is located, and there's actually a statue of him too. So, you know, the Mothman is a very famous cryptic, one of the famous cryptics, and of course, my favorite, my man Fester, as the Yeti. Yes, we didn't get a Yeti in the back, but now we got a Yeti here after a few years. But it's Uncle Fester. Of course it is. Why not? Why wouldn't it be? But there you go. That's it. That's all they posted there. But that's not all, because this was posted. The Golden Pass is half price this weekend. Get it now. 50% off. Oh, I wish I actually acted on that instead of buying it outright, but I was an idiot. So, I know now, but back then I didn't. Anywho, then we got this one. So many looks for Wednesday in this event. What's your favorite? And it shows that of her getup with the one we see and the actual one she gets in the golden version of it. And to be honest with you, with the dialogue and the fact that they made this avatar here, made me think that they actually went with the golden version of it, but they decided to half-minute end off leaving it. And you might be wondering why I say that. You'll see in some point during this dialogue, I'll point it out, but, you know, not right now. Then we got this one. In today's post, we will see the benefits of being a spider in the most recent event. And the example they show this is their animation of dusting things. Because, you know, when more hands are better than one, right? It makes sense indeed. And yeah, you know, it's just the one animation, but you know, they're slowly starting to get more creative with their posts, so I'll give it that. And then we got this post, well, not this post, but we actually got a pop-up at some point, which was this. The event is coming to an end, but you can get the Platinum and Premium pack at 50% until Monday. Skull emoji. Which is cool, because this is actually something I went up against when I got. So I'm kind of glad that happened, and you'll see exactly when that does happen, which I believe is around the 24th. Yeah, so there you go. Anyways, we got the last piece here, which is this, which is another icon, which I actually discovered on my adventures, which is this Wednesday and Socrates looking at each other. Which is interesting, because I don't think we actually get to see much of this at all, but hey, it's interesting when we do get to see it. It definitely fits in with the event, or whatever you call it. Anywho, let's dive into the gameplay. This is taking place on the 14th of September, 2021. So we last left off, we had to place the rock fossil. We were trying to get the pieces, but we finally got the pieces. So now, I'm going to place this rock fossil down, which will then continue on with this little quest line. So, here we go. Let's just put it, right here.
I'm enjoying watching the kids dig up the crypt looking for monstrous remains.
Do you think they'll actually find anything, Gomez?
Who knows? But either way, it gives us a chance to dress up in cool costumes.
Yeah, and speaking of, by the way, the dialogue story and the description in the first part, they were like, oh, Grandma ended up showing this off. And I was like, wait, what do you mean Grandma? Like, they didn't say anything of dialogue, Grandma. You wouldn't have known that unless you've read through the description there. So, I don't know why they thought monsters, but there you go. They just dressed up like monsters for some reason, just because, right? The only description they got was with Pugsley, with what he had to say, but I don't know. I feel like there was a missing dialogue piece there, but we never could get it, so I don't know. Very odd. Anyways.
We need to build a dig site to get down to the lower strata to find more fossils.
So where shall we set it up, Wednesday?
There.
There where, Wednesday?
Nice touch to use the skeleton arm to point out the location.
Dig it. Place the match in Dilemma, get some stuff. Hey, so remember when I said about the whole, I think they were going to use the other thing? The whole skeleton hand? Yeah, that was part of her costume there. So it was obvious that they actually went with that one, and it would have made sense because she would be like, hey, why aren't you dressed like a scientist like she was, right? So I don't know why they changed it last minute, but they did. So that made me kind of go, huh, of course. Also, I want to point something out that I did not realize until just recently. And I'm going to point this out when we get to a certain item, which is, I believe, the little man. You know, when we get to the little man, I'll try to point it out. But whenever it comes to items, when you wonder if an item is a skin or not, there's a weird background that kind of displays on the side that kind of has a flashing background. That basically tells you this is a skin. Right? If there's item has no background, it's an item, right? But if there's a flashy background, that means it's the skin of an item. So you get an item with the skin, if that makes sense, right? And yeah, there we go. But that's technically it for now. I mean, it's interesting. Yeah, we need to get Fester's dig it type of costume. We're gonna see all these costumes, by the way, so don't worry about that. So we need to get the right arm and the torso, which makes sense. We're gonna have to do all that stuff too. So we have to get the arm, and then we have to get the torso. And speaking of, we're gonna get the bear trap as well. And while we're at it, by the way, we're gonna take a slight detour and finish off the quest line with Grandma and, you know, the teaching witchcraft to Wednesday and Parker. And when we finish that, we'll take a sneak peek at the next one, which is at level 27, which I believe has something to do with Socrates, but you'll see in a minute. But anyways, we're going to get close to buying this, so let's just go here. Anyways, we have enough cash now, so now let's go to put this down, continue on with the quest line, and we're just going to be talking about the main story before we do anything else with the quest. What I mean is, you know, the actual exclusive levels, so don't worry about that. Anyways, where did I find... I guess I have to do this. Yeah, okay. There we go. Now we need to put it... Yeah, let's put it right in front of the turkey because, you know, let's make sure Gemini doesn't escape after all.
Pugsley, I double dare you to put your foot in this bear trap.
No way! I saw what it did to the last bill collector who visited Grandma.
It's better than an alarm system. You could hear him scream for miles.
Oh, Grandma.
Now that you've learned the light spell, you can cast it to become a true witch, Parker. Is there any wisdom you want to give me on how to be a proper witch? Yes! Be careful about displaying your pointy hat. Don't wear it around Salem. Somehow, I think wearing it around my mother would be even worse than in Salem.
Light 'em up, light 'em up, I'm on fire! Get the item and then also have her do this. So you need to have her costume. And then Wednesday's the same thing. So I'm going to show this off again, but you've seen in the other videos that I've actually showed this animation off when I did get their costumes. But yeah, this is just basically doing this. And you were supposed to craft those items before, but as you notice, I got them by doing the animation. So here's a proper look at this, which is nice. You know, get the nice coloring system and her kind of just doing this, go ooh with the colors. And I laughed because I think I mentioned before, it just seems like they just took the thing and just turned the gradients and changed the different colors. Like, if you're an artist, you know what I'm talking about. But anyways, she's done.
Casting light made me feel powerful, but it took all my power to make a dim glow. I think I'll stick to using my cell phone flashlight rather than magic.
Well, I suppose each generation prefers its own kind of sorcery.
Oh well, Grandma, you lost Parker, but you still got Wednesday, and she's very promising.
Wednesday, when you cast Polymorph, you will transform as well. Such power will mean you'll reach the level of sorceress.
As long as the costume comes in black, I'm okay with that.
Don't worry, you'll be as black as the power of your magic gear.
So extra black then. Good.
Dark magic, get their skin and have her do polymorph. Which is funny because although it's black, there's also red in it, which I don't think she likes color. So, I don't know, wouldn't it make sense to have her be all black? But I don't know, I guess it didn't look nice. So, anyways, we're now going to do the polymorph thing. And if you're curious, here we go again, close up. Her with the bird, and then he's like, and then now she's a frog, and the frog goes into the pond. And then the bird just, you know, pop back in again. Just for her to do this. And, yeah, she's doing very good for magic. I think Grandma would be proud.
Thanks for helping me become a sorceress, Grandma. But I don't think it's my style. My talent since creating complex machinery and weapons with my hands. I'm sorry.
It's okay, dear. Terrorizing a village with deadly machinery is still witchcraft at heart.
That's loser talk, Grandma. I guess you lost. Oh well, that's too bad. That's the end of the story. And hey, look, Mazurka pack is now available, and we got it on the 17th of September. Hooray! And we got its exclusive Kurt's furniture skin, as well as a unique picture octopus, so that's kind of cool. I didn't get this though, because of course I didn't. I was more concerned with the FOMO of the exclusive items, not so much the exclusive level thing that you could technically get if you passed that level, but I didn't get it, so oh well, I guess that sucks for me, but oh well, that's what it is. Anyways, we will continue with a showcase of level 27, but we won't show this off until later on in this year. So anyways,
Socrates' birthday is coming up. I want to do something special for him.
That's very thoughtful, Wednesday. He is a member of the family, after all. If he's a member of the family, how come he never had to do a Mazurka?
Pets aren't required to perform a Mazurka. But it is an interesting idea.
a special octopus. Place the chalkboard and obtain the Mazurka manuals. Alright, so, and that, ladies and gentlemen, ends the quest lines for the mansion, because we will be doing this some other time. Probably around Halloween. But we actually have to do the bathroom stuff first before we actually do this, so, you know. It's gonna be a little while. But yeah, we finally finished the grandma and spell stuff, which I believe was introduced how far long ago? Was probably like maybe last year? Yeah, I mean, it's been a long time. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I can't recall these things, so you can't blame me. Anyways, got this finally, so let's put this down and continue on with the quest line here. So, yeah, next to this other building, which is exactly the same, except it's just bigger with the underground stuff as well. Fascinating. Weird, it's the same building. Yeah, it is exactly the same building. It just has this bigger bottom.
We're finding lots of bones, but I'm not sure if they're from the same creature.
These arms look similar, but have different number of fingers. This can only mean one thing, Pugsley. We're dealing with cryptids.
Now, this is where they introduced the idea that perhaps they got themselves an interesting monster that doesn't exist no more. A cryptic, which is very odd to think, but,
So what are cryptics, Wednesday?
They're odd creatures conventional science rejects as an impossibility.
Then I guess it's natural they show up in the mansion. What do we do next?
Now that we have our dig site ready, we can search for the final parts of this cryptid.
Do you feel like something's watching us, sis? No? It must be my imagination then.
Mystery skeleton. Place the dig site, obtain the mystery skull, and the last piece, which I think it's the bottom. So yeah, this is interesting because of the lower half, basically, or the strange lower half. So yeah, with this in mind, this basically shows off the fact that they kind of pointed out the whole something's watching me with these weird eyes. And you remember that weird grand prize with the little guy in the cage there? And also that's also in the promotions. But I have a feeling that I believe this monster is supposed to be that creature. which is weird once you get the statue and how big this thing is, and you get to see that little thing. So I don't know if it just divulged, devolved down to a more weirder thing. I don't know if it's a baby. I don't know. But, oh, I wanted to say that I got this during when I opened the box. So that's what I was trying to showcase there. If I actually were able to speak, I'd be able to say, hey, I opened the box, and I got this guy in it. So I'm kind of cool. But yeah, now we can actually see Gomez's costume animation here. And I believe after that, once we get to show this case off, we're going to go on a little break. Because this video isn't actually this long. I mean, it is long, but it's not long like past 40 minutes, I hope. I hope so, because I'm assuming it's going to be under 40 minutes. But anyways, yeah, this is his animation here. You get to see it's him with this magnifying glass and kind of going, yes, these are great bones if I ever did see one. Fascinating. Makes you wonder what that bones are. But anyways, I'll be right back after this, so see you soon. Welcome back, welcome back. We finally got ourselves a little bit more progression on the 19th. And we got lots of stuff here. And yeah, we got the skull. And we got the lower half, I believe. Yep, we're getting the lower half stuff. How close are we to finishing this, though? I'm curious. I think we pretty much... Yeah, we got all of them. Cool. Now all we have to do is place this thing down. And oh my god, it's huge. I mean, it would make sense, you know, because it is the dig site. But, you know, you would think it would be down below. But no, I mean... I don't know, the story is all over the place, man. Great, I just need to find space, which is pretty getting ridiculous here, because I'm starting to I'm starting to show off everything, and unfortunately there's not enough room to show everything. And the trees are another problem, but, you know, yeah, you know what, let's dig site in the brand new kitchen. If only, maybe in the bedroom, yeah, so it'd be... Can you imagine that? Just having that in the bedroom? I mean, you could technically do that, but you know, it would make no sense because it's on the higher floor. But I don't know. Yeah, they didn't do this in the brief of the mansion there, and I'm kind of like debating. Maybe I put it in here, but no, I have to put it outside. Maybe here? No. I'm kind of like debating maybe put it in the house because there's room, and I'm like, no. I mean, it would be kind of stupid. I mean, it would work still, but still kind of stupid. So I'm like. I guess I'm gonna have to do something, right? I guess I shouldn't move things around. Anyways, let's have him do that there. You know what? If I move... Yeah, I'm trying to see what I can do here. So I keep on doing this. Have him do that. Yep. And we need to find the space, which I believe I figured out what to do here. Which, yeah, I think I ended up saying that, you know what? Let me move this over here. Somewhere, like, yeah, over here. And now, yes, so I do it like this, and now I should have enough room to put this down. I do!
Look, I found the cryptic skull over here.
And here's the hip bone, which means we have nearly all its parts.
Great. But I could swear I just saw something moving over there. I'm probably just imagining things. Let's find the rest.
Again, it's probably the baby trying to find its mama, which you discovered. And, yeah, by the way, if you're wondering about the echo thing going on there, the context behind that is... Oh, yeah, and we ended up getting Fester's costume, too, which is interesting, because we ended up unlocking it through the pack. Cool, so we're gonna do this. So we're gonna see him juggling skulls. Oh, look at me go! Look at me go! Oh my god, there's so many of them skulls. Man, there must have been a family of these weird monster things. You think it's just the one, but no, it's a huge creature load. So maybe it's not even a cryptid. Maybe it's just an interesting creature that got extinct or something. Anyways, we also have a thing now for Parker to do her animation. So it's this, her digging up the site, which is kind of cool. It makes sense, if anything. It's kind of like an archaeological thing as well, when you think about it, but with monsters. So, I don't know. But anyways, I got distracted. With the whole echoing thing, because they're down in the catacombs or the crypts, I had to make it seem like an echo, right? They're digging down, right? So it's not like the items that we show here. It's just items that get included because they want to get context. But anyways, let's finish this quest off with the final part to this quest line. Here we go.
Look, Dad, we did it! We found a complete skeleton!
Ah, the fabled Addams monster. What an amazing discovery.
Is it a real thing, Dad?
It is if we say it is, son. I bet we can get tourists to pay to come see it.
It looks like some random bones to me, but does have an Addams feel to it.
The Addams monster, plus the Addams monster, and tame the abnormally skeleton, or the abominational skeleton, whatever it is. And by the way, Morticia, you know, you have a bunch of plants. How do you feel about that? Hmm? Yeah, that's what I thought. Don't make fun of me and my skeleton. It's a very nice skeleton. But yeah, we're gonna get the monsters. I love the items that you end up crafting. Is just a bunch of these bones, right? And then the bigger bones, and then that turns to the big bone. And then the actual item we win in the quest line is the actual skeleton all put together, which I thought it was very kind of cute and clever that they kind of did that. I don't know, it's just one of those things that kind of made me kind of go, oh, that's kind of clever. And yeah, I got this, so yeah, I don't need that. I got too much of that. Oh good, the layering of that thing is bothering me now. Oh well, I guess I ignored it. And yeah, you remember this? Yeah, see, now I got the little guy. And you see the background that was kind of floating behind there real quick? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So anytime you see that, know that that's basically talking about an item. It's costume skin and not really the, what do you call it? The stupid thing? Yeah, the stupid thing. Also, Calvo at some point decided to start showcasing, I think I talked about this in the past. If not, then at some point he did start showing more prevalence to FOMO costumes before, like event costumes before anything else. But yeah, anyways, here we go. There it is, folks. Don't talk to me or my son again. I gotta love that. And yeah, we got a costume skin for the rock stuff for kitties, so that's cool. But yeah, this is what I was talking about. These are when the deals came on the 24th. So now that we got that out of the way, let's go in here. And now we can get all these two things done. And that means we also get the exclusive item, which is the little monster that we got, the trapped cryptic. Which apparently is what the monster is supposed to be. But as you see, the monster is huge and this thing's small. So I don't know if it's de-evolved into something else. Or if this is like the baby of this creature. Right? And they kind of say that perhaps this is just... this monster was a... Like, Morticia will explain exactly, but it's interesting to kind of think about, like, what the context behind this thing is. But yeah, this is a costume skin for this, and I love it because the normal costume is closed, and this one's open, so you got to see what's inside that thing, which is kind of clever. I thought, oh, that's kind of a cool skin. But now Morticia can actually go ahead and do her little animation, which I get to show off a little bit, which is dusting. And we did get to see that example in the little thing a while ago in the beginning. So yeah, you get to see a little bit using her for three extra hands, which is very spider accurate, except actually, wait a minute. She has legs, so that means, wouldn't it mean that she would have three, not... Man, woman, you don't... Whatever. Let's pretend she doesn't have legs. Ah, she's a spider, but oh no, not really. Alright, I don't know. Again, I get the idea of the thing, but I think they put two extra hands there. And we got Lurch's costume now, so that's cool. But anyways, he's got to do this, which is him going down in the basement. And yeah, I did actually get myself another thing. Almost like it's in anticipation, as if I was expecting this to happen. But yeah, you got to see an example of this. And then let's zoom in a bit. So I'm going downstairs. Which is cool, because it kind of like he starts fading into black. Like, look at this. And then he just kind of reappears, and he got a bunch of bones. Right? And he goes back, it's like... he turns black as he fades into the shadows, and then he kind of comes back up here with its head, and then his body just starts to slowly fold in. Yeah, it's a bone scavenging is what his quest was. So yeah, it's kind of interesting. The kids and the kids are looking for this thing, and I guess Lurch, because being a butler, he's like, oh, well, I'll help. Oh, I'm sorry, that's wrong. It's like, I'll help too. I don't know how to do my Lurch voice. I mean, I do know how to do my Lurch voice, but it's like on the spot. It's like I have to lower my pitch, right? I gotta do curly level pitch before being able to do Lurch justice. But yeah, I do a good Lurch when I do the lowering of the pitch. But And we got the merman costume, which we really don't need because we already got that. So I think the only real costumes we need is, I think, from the other pack that we're going to get. And I think I mentioned this before in the past, but whenever you do get a... When you get an item that has a character, like, say, for example, Socrates or Thing in it, you come with the character themselves. So if you ever want the character, just get the pack that has their skin in there, and there you go. They're only exclusive to packs, unfortunately. You can't buy them with rubies. I think at some point you can with Kitty. So Kitty is, I think, the only one you can do that. I believe. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think they did something like that with him, but everyone else is like exclusive to packs, so it kind of sucks, but oh well, that's the nature of the beast, right? You only get certain characters for free, and everyone else you have to walk them into in the mansion, right? But it's what it is, man. It's what it is. It's life, right? They gotta make their money somehow. But yeah, I'm gonna be opening up these boxes, these mimic boxes, and to get the stuff that I need. And I guess I need Socrates and Thing is the only thing that we got left for the costumes. And I could buy the other pack, but I decided I'm not going to do that for whatever reason. And yeah, I have Wednesday up and about because I'm expecting to do this next thing here, which we end up doing now. So yeah, anyways, so this is all the last items we need. And this should also hopefully... It does. It gets us to the end. So now that we are at level 33, we got everything we need. So now let's see this monster in action. So let's see this Addams monster. Let's put him up on top of the stairs to be spooky. Yeah, there he is. Look at this guy. Look at this big thing. Man, that is an interesting monster if I ever did see one. It's huge.
I looked at the old maps, and this site used to be in the middle of a forest.
Ah, so the bones could have been left in the den of an ancient predator. All I know is the fossil looks just like the shapes I saw in the shadows of the crypt.
Well, it didn't eat you, so either it's harmless or it just has good taste.
And that's the end of this quest line. And I'm going to assume, let's assume that Morticia is right and this was from an ancient predator. That means that this thing is actually very pathetic, and it's like, wow, can you imagine something bigger than this actually eating it? Like, look at how big this thing is. But yeah, she's just doing her little kind of investigation. It's like, yes. So instead of her little animation before, she just kind of does a nod head. Like, that's certainly worth her animation, would you say? I'm sure it does. Anyways, we're going to open up some of these boxes to kind of get some leveling up here. And the other thing, too, oh, by the way, I think at some point, yes. So we're going to have a little bit of some ASMR. And you might be thinking, what do I mean by this? Well, I'm going to show you some satisfactory sound, right? I'm wondering why... Oh, for some reason, they're giving us generic boxes and not the mimics for some reason. Because most of the time, they change the boxes to be that from the events. But this time, it's just generic box. It's not even like epic or legendary boxes. It's just generic boxes, which is weird. Why generic boxes? I don't know. I think they forgot to change it. I don't know, it doesn't matter anyways, but yeah, we're getting event points, which is helpful, and I believe, yeah, we're just getting some event points, which I'm trying to see if at some point I do actually get some, yes, there we go, the spooky spirits, which is good, because this means we're getting the spookyometer filled up, and I'm going to introduce to you one of the most satisfying sounds of this game. And it's only satisfying because I added it into the video. Normally, they're just nothing. There's like no, like you just click the button and that's it. But the little end sting that I put into the game, like that da-na-na-na, right, that from the game, that I add that in there. So I purposely add that in there to kind of give some more life to the game. See, I kind of help improve the game somewhat. I'm kind of putting false memories. I'm thinking people are going to look back into this in the near future and think once this game's gone to be like, oh, the game had this little end sting. And I'm like, no, I have to put some context in there. It's like I added that in there. It didn't have that originally. You can look at other gameplays from the past and see that they didn't have that. So anyways, this one's called Running. And yeah, he certainly is running. But anyways, let's do that. And with this, here we go. Oh, hold on. Oh, yeah, you gotta love that. I love that clearing all that stuff off. It's just, ooh, that is ASMR in my mind. It's like, ooh, that's satisfying. And mind you, I added those sounds in. So normally it would just be nothing. It's just like, you just click, 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 click. But still, it's satisfying to have a little jingle like that to be like, oh. All that ends just like that. There's a satisfaction of just collecting everything at once, right? Can you imagine just getting everything on the prize just once? It's like, it's kind of like great at first, but then it's just kind of like nothing at the end. And yes, I'm familiar that something like this is a glitch, but screw it. Who cares? I don't. I love it. I love doing that. It's satisfying to me. It makes me happy. Anyways, gonna apply to all this. Perfect. And then we're gonna... I guess I didn't put that down, did I? No, I did not. Great. So I'm gonna have to sell that off, don't I? Yep, I forgot. I have to put this down. Yep, now I'm gonna sell it. Goodbye. I only need one, unfortunately. And now I have a skin for the missile, which I guess Pugsy can have another missile. Why not? Yeah, I think... I don't know where I put it. Maybe they're next to the other one? Yeah, why not? You can have two missiles that he flies. Which, by the way, was from the movie. The original one. Yeah. Anyways, with that, we have him... Oh, great. Yeah, I just realized. Yep, he's out and about. He's glitched. Great. Anyways, let's go to thing. He has this. And the running animation, by the way, I just realized it was just me getting the points. But yeah, this is his animation, which is him doing the can with bony hands. Which is weird. Like, look at this. That's weird, man. I don't know how the hell Friends Forever. I don't know how that's even possible. But okay, yeah. Ghost hand. Yeah, let's hide you, buddy. That is something else if I ever did see it. But, you know, it's cute. It's cute for what it is, but, yeah. Anyways, now we have Socrates. So now we got this. Oh, yeah, and we also unlocked his little area, so now we can do this. So this is his animation, which is him doing... Yeah, so he's doing Tasmanian Devil, right? He's gonna go, yep, cause a sandstorm. And he got dust on him, so he's just kind of bursting it off. And, you know what? With that skull on his head, it kind of reminds me of a Cubone. I'm not sure why. I mean, I do know why, because Cubones have those skull... Then, by the way, if you ever think Cubones, saddest Pokemon, where's their dead mother on their heads? It's like, why? What is with Pokemon making morbid entries to the Pokemon listings? It's like, my god, that is so... Oh, dear. But yeah, we got this big dragon skull. That's black, by the way. Makes me think that this wasn't really this dragon skull. It was a black dragon. Oh, by the way, you know it's a black dragon because his skull is black, right? It's not from a black... Like his skull particularly is black. That's why it's called a black dragon, and he probably is white. Why is it called the black dragon? Oh, and this is the monster in question. This is the little monster I believe Pugsy was kind of like, something's watching me. I don't feel like something is watching me. Feel like a fantasy. I reminded the edits of like, oh yeah, and it drops as a skull. That's kind of cool. Gabe Newell is watching me. Look at that little thing. It's cute. It's just crawling around and blinking his little big ol' eye. Yeah, see, he's blinking big ol' eyes. He's like a little alien child. Look at this thing. Look at how it just crawls. The animation must have had fun with, or the animators, I'm sorry, must have had fun with that one. So we're all done with, on the 27th, I believe. So we have a few things to spare, which is great. Oh, I'm sad. I don't know why I'm sad. I didn't pay attention, so I don't know what was going on. Oh, yeah, and by the way, this also drops a skull, so that's kind of cool. That's cool. But anyways, yeah, 12 hours left, by the way, and we finally got everything on the 28th. The last day. There we go. With that, we got everything. And by the way, that one skin that's worth money, I believe that actually was the first ever skin that they put in the Christmas update. which is nice because they did decorate the whole house, but they never gave us the opportunity for the skin. So they're like, hey, here's a skin if you want. And by the way, the skin for this thing here, not that bad. It looks pretty decent. I don't mind it. It's cool, but again, it's like, I don't know. I mean, it's alright. I like the skull. I like the potions and stuff like that. I like the bone stuff, but you know, it's still kind of like, eh. I think it's the colors, if anything. I think the colors are still kind of bland. It's not like anything of interest, mind you, if that makes sense. I think it kind of does, but at the same time, it doesn't. I don't make any sense anymore. I'm sorry, but yeah. Anyways, we're gonna be continuing with this, getting this, so that's good. Great. And yeah, it is ending soon. It's like literally ending within 12 hours, so that's something else entirely. But yeah, I think that's about it. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm about to say the end, so I think that's about it for now. I think, unless, yeah, there's one more clip, by the way. And it's me setting up for Halloween, which is on the 30th, so literally the last day of September. And I'm getting ready for Halloween, our favorite month of the year. And everyone's already spooktified. But the thing is, this Halloween is going to be interesting because, from what I was told, this is going to be promotion to the movie coming out. Because as you know, tomorrow, on this date, on October 1st, is when the Addams Family 2 movie comes out in theaters. And on demand, I think. I'm not sure. I think it was on demand as well. But yeah, anyways. Yep, movie's coming out. That's the next update. Oh boy! A movie about going on a vacation. Definitely worth Halloween worthy. And I'm curious to see how they're going to turn that out, but I digress. Anyways, about my opinions on this update. It was fun. I did dig the little updates. I did like the little animations they kind of got going on there. The story was kind of interesting, don't get me wrong. And, you know, all that some more, and this little spooky kind of thing, like the Addams monster, as they call them. Interesting enough. And although not really a Halloween update, I do say that. I only say Halloween because it's like, oh, monsters, you know. Ooh, monsters scary, but really there was no Halloween theme. I'm only hoping the next update is going to be Halloween themed, but I don't know, man. I'm kind of skeptical about what they're going to be putting out there, but apparently it's going to be big because it is advertising for the movie and they want to make a big show for it. I mean, they updated the game graphics and character models for movie while also adding to the simulation stuff, so that'll be interesting. So I'm curious to see exactly what we'll bring out of this whole update, but yeah, that's about it for now. So, anyways, that's it for me. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did enjoy making it, and that will be it for now. So until then, I've been Grim, and this has been the Addams Family Mystery Mansion Creepy Cryptids. Until then, hope you're ready for Halloween, because we're going to be promoting the movie! Oh boy! I can't wait. I wonder what fun adventures they're going to be doing with that one. Man, I only hope it actually turns out well. Let's hope.
Thank you.